We got this new phone and originally had Android, uh, I think 11 on it, and I've since updated it to Android 12, and then updated from Android 12 to Android 13 on it. And I did a lot of rearranging and moved around all my icons and stuff like that. But what I wanted to do is set up a new ringtone. Now, years ago, I set up my ringtone and I wanted to use my own ringtone rather than the ones that come with the phone. Uh, the reason I wanted to do that is I like a piece of music with something to do with one of my ancestors, so I thought I'd use that. So what I do is I go into settings this way. Went into settings, right? Under settings, under Android 13, I go into, where is it? Something to do with sound. Wherever I find it, sound and vibration, right? And under sound and vibration, I've got ringtones. They're the ringtones. There's a ringtone there and there's a ringtone there. I have two ringtones because, let's go back to that, I have two SIM cards in the phone. One's a TPG SIM card and the other one's an LD SIM card, right? Anyway, so what I did, let's say the one I only use is the LD SIM card. So I go into the LD SIM card and it allows me to select a ringtone. So the one I had selected was that one. Okay. All right, don't like that one. I want to use a custom one. So I come up this, it says custom ringtone. So I touch custom ringtone. Then I get this. This is a list, apparently, of every single piece of music or sound that I have stored on my phone. And as you can see, it has thousands of them. I've got about 4,000 pieces of music on my phone. As you can see, I'm just going through it and going through it and going through it, and there's just heaps of it. First of all, what order is it in? I can't get back to the top again. I don't know what order it's in. I've got numbers there, I've got letters there, I've got some more numbers there, I've got some letters there. There's numbers again, something that starts with V, then something that starts with A. I don't even know what sequence it's in. I get the impression it's in the sequence of what it thinks is the most commonly used. Well, it's a new phone and I haven't commonly used any media recently. So that's a problem. So what I was expecting to happen is I expecting it to get something like this. Well, I'm already in that. By the way, that's the music I wanted. That's the ringtone I want to use. Hall of the Mountain King by Mr. Greg, all right? My surname, spelt slightly differently. So normally what you need to do is when you're looking for something, you can go into, for example, I've got this on SD card, I've got music, okay, there's your music, and there's all my directories I've got music in, and I've categorized them in different things by artists or something like that. Normally you expect to get that, not as it was before, simply a list of every single file, every single music file that's on your phone. Even if it had something over here as a search where I could search for it, that would be good, but it hasn't. It just gives you a list of every single file. Now, I've been through this and I just get sick of it. I'm not going to go through 4,500. That's, by the way, that's in my music directory, how many music files I've got on my phone. I'm not going to scroll through 4,500 until I find the one I want. And also, that's not the whole purpose of phones. The whole purpose of phones or devices or something like this is to be able to give you the ability to easily find information. Now, this is not an app that's doing this. This is the the Android operating system, right? I don't know if it's just unique to this phone, which happens to be what's it called, Vivo. I don't know if it's unique to this phone or what, but it just doesn't do what I want. So what did I do as an alternative? Well, as an alternative, what I did is first of all, I thought, well, perhaps what I can do is just add that file to the list of non. If I just go back to there, the system ringtones. I'll just add it to the list of them. So I find, where in the hell is that stored? Turns out the system ones are stored in a special folder called system. I'll find out where that is. I'll just go in my file manager here, and I'll go to where I've got, by the way, I store my, just go back to the home, I store my that ringtone that I wanted to use, right, under ringtones. There we are, that one there. All right, I'll just play it again. Okay, so I've stored it there. So let's say I'll copy it. Also, I select that. I want to copy it. I want to put it where I happen to know where the system ringtones are. Now, to get to that, what I've got to do, in this file manager, I've got the system thing set up, okay? Under system, there's another folder called system. Under system, there's a thing called media. Under media, there's one called audio. Under audio, there's one called ringtones. But if you notice down the bottom here, I can't paste it. I can't paste it in there. Apparently, it's a system folder, and you're not allowed to put your own files in there. I even converted it from the MP3 to the OGG format, and it still wouldn't allow me to copy it there. Okay, so I couldn't do that. So what else could I do? Right. So the next thing I looked at is, right, what sort of apps are there able to do with ringtones? And I found this one on the Google Play Store called Ringtone Maker, right? And it gives you the ability to do what I'd already done, which is take a piece of music, cut out a little bit of it, and use that part of it as a ringtone, and then make that your ringtone. So I did all that just to show you what I did. Once you do it, I'll just go. I'll select that. A nice thing about this one, it actually has got a browse function where you can go and work your way through folders. I've previously done this, and I've got that particular one there. So I've got my one, which is my music I wanted to use. All right, play it again. That's enough of it. Okay, and I want to actually make that my ringtone. So when you save it, I asked if you want to save it. I save it, and then it says make default ringtone, which I did. I pressed the button. It says make default ringtone. Great, I thought, I've made it the default ringtone. I can use that as my ringtone. However, there's a slight problem, all right? I don't know how old this ringtone maker is, but it doesn't seem to take into account that you can have two ringtones, one for each of my SIM cards. And if I go back now and show you, if I go back to the settings, I go back to settings, I go to the settings, and I go to sound and volume, and I go to that ringtone. You'll notice under that one, the LD SIM code, it's made copy of Greg Classic Hall of the Mountain King. All right, it's made that one. But the one that I want to use, which is my LD SIM card, is still the original. I can't change it. All right. So I'm stuck with a ringtone that I don't want to use, and I can't do it. Now, I find this absolutely amazing. We're up to Android version 13, and in 13 versions of bringing out the operating system, they haven't made it so that you can individually select your own. They haven't made it easy that you can select your own ringtone. What they've done is made it so it just gives you a list of every single music file on your phone, and then you have to scroll through them. And I would imagine I'm not the only one that's probably got thousands of pieces of music on their phone. So what's been done about this? Apparently nothing. All right, if you've got another solution for it, let me know. If other than that, I'm going to try and write to the people at Android and see what they say about it and take it from there. Otherwise, just contact me via email. Cheers.